Hello everyone. In this class, we will talk about installation of Proteus software, and we will give you a demo of how to simulate Arduino with the two sensors. One is temperature sensor and second is humidity sensor. And we will take the value of these sensors and process it on the Arduino and display it on the terminal. So what is this Proteus? So it is a software which is primarily used for electronic design automation. So it includes various functionalities like we can use it for schematic capture. So schematic capture is like drawing a circuit. So generally we do it in paper. So we can also do it in our this software also. So suppose we want to connect a microcontroller with LED and register. So we can place those components in the tool and then connect and then make we can make the connections. And in simulation we can simulate our design by applying some inputs and check for the response of the electronic circuit which we have drawn in the software. And the PCB is a printed circuit board. So you have already seen these PCBs in your electronic appliances like TV remotes, mobiles, and various other devices. So to generate that layout, we can use this software also. And microcontroller based circuits can also be designed and simulated in this tool. And it offers a wide variety of microcontrollers from AVR family, ARM family, and PIC family. So these are various microcontroller families, and the microcontrollers differ in various specifications like number of pins, number of registers inbuilt in that microcontroller, and number of input output pins, and the clock, etc. So now we will walk you through how to install Proteus software in your laptop. So type Proteus in your browser. Okay. Then go to this first link and then go to resources and click on downloads. Here you can see uh, download the demonstration version here. Click on that and scroll down and click on download. So it will start downloading. After downloading, click on it and install it. Okay, click on next. Then click on I accept the terms of this agreement and then click on next. Then click on typical. Now it will install the software in your PC. So after completing the installation, click on this run Proteus it demonstration button. So it will open that software. Now go to open sample here. And here there are various example projects based on different microcontroller based architectures. Now in category select VSM for AVR, and in subcategory select Arduino. And here in results you can see various projects examples. So you can select for the 22th number example, Arduino DHT22 humidity and temperature sensor. we will explain you this example. Okay, so here two window will open. One is schematic capture and second is source code. So in schematic capture, the circuit will be given, and here we have, and on the left side we have the Arduino board represented here, and on the uh, top right corner you can see a sensor, a DHT22 humidity and temperature sensor, and on the bottom of it terminal is given. So this software we are using for simulating the Arduino. Okay, so what we will do, we will use this temperature sensor and take its data, and we will process it, and we can and then we will display it on the terminal. So by displaying it, I mean we will use this UART channel we talked about in our last videos. So we will get the data from the sensor, and we will process it in the Arduino, and we will upload it on the we will send this data through the UART channel. And this simulation software also provide arrangement to see what is being sent on the UART channel. So for that purpose, this terminal is used. Okay. So now I will walk you through how to what are the different components shown here, and then we will go further. So as you can see in this Arduino 328 box, we have Atmega 328P microcontroller, and on the left side we have digital IO pins from 0 to 7, and we have a reference pin and VCC pin, as we have seen these pins in the Arduino board. So these are same. And on the right side we have I8 to I13, IO8 to IO13. These are the 8 to 13 digital pins, and below that we have AD0 to AD5. These are the analog pins on the Arduino board. And then we have reset pin. Okay. Now uh, we have a push button and LED. So this push button is connected to the reset pin. So this is a reset button to reset our board. And this LED is the LED connected on the 13th IO pin. So in Arduino board also there is a LED which is connected to the 13th pin. So this box resembles the Arduino, and here, as you can see, there isn't any uh, USB port to connect. So we here we double click on this microcontroller to burn the code or to upload the code. And this software also provides another way. So we will talk about it after some time. Okay. So look at these two pins, IO0 and IO1. These are connected to RX and TX. So we have talked about the UART channel on the uh, Arduino board. So these two pins are for the UART communication. Okay. So on the lower right, you can see this terminal box. So in Arduino board, we have two pins. So these pins communicate to the other device using RxTX. So and we have seen the serial monitor in the Arduino IDE. Okay, so this terminal resembles that Arduino IDE serial monitor. Okay, so what was happening there? We were sending some data through our Atmega 328 on the Arduino board through these two pins, RX and TX. Okay, and these pins were used by the laptop to get the data and print on the serial monitor. Now here we don't have any physical board, so this terminal will be used to work as a serial monitor. Okay. Now in this temperature sensor, there are three pins: VDD, data, and ground. So VDD should be connected to the high volt, ground should be connected to the 0 volt, and this data pin will give you the values of temperature and relative humidity. So this data pin is connected to the IO8. So eighth pin of the Arduino, it is connected to the sensor. Okay. Now click on this source code window. Yeah, tab. Yeah. So here we will write our code, and that code will be that code will be uploaded on the Arduino board when we build this code and compile it. Okay, so um, in this example, the code is already written, so we will walk you through what is this code doing. So these green lines are the commands. So the lines which are start with double slash are commands. So we add commands to increase the understanding of the code. So suppose many individuals are working on the same code. So if any changes are made uh, via one person, then the second person will you will get the idea about that change using these commands. So that's why we add comments on our code. On the fourth line, we are including DST header file. So we talked about header file in our previous video. So these header files are used to these are the predefined collection of functions. So we when we want to add any functionality, we just need to call that function. We don't need to write the whole code. So this make our code compact and easy to work on. In sixth line, we are defining a variable DST pin and assigning it a value of 8. So this is also another way to assign a variable. Okay. In eighth line, we are defining a variable DST type and assigning it value DST22. Okay, so this DST22 is the name of our sensor which we are using. Okay, now we have some comments. You can read these comments for better understanding. And in 20th line, DST space DST pin DST type comma 4. So this comma yeah. So this is the uh, object instantiation of the sensor. Okay. So we are using a DST library. So we also need to create a object which we want to work on. Suppose we have different sensor, right? Same type of different sensors, same DST sensor. So for that we need to create objects. Okay, so here we have only one sensor. That is why we are writing DHT. It's lowercase DHT. But if many sensors are there, then we can create many objects: DHT1, DHT2, DHT3. So that will make easy to work on these sensors. So this is a part of this library DHT.h. Okay, and DST pin is the pin number on the Arduino where we are connecting our sensor. And DST type is the type of the sensor which we are using. So we are using DST22. That's why we have on the eighth line we have defined and DST type uh, and initialized it to DST22. Okay, and this 4 is the argument which used to set a threshold. So for 8 megahertz, it is by default 4. So it gives the timeout count for the conversion. Okay. So suppose if we are working on the high frequency boards, then we need to give the higher value of this count so that uh, we don't miss the correct value, because the conversion time takes some time. So that time should be also be given in this uh, as an argument. So for now you can ignore it because we are working on this simulation only, and this simulation uses 8 megahertz frequency on the Arduino board. So the default value of this is 4. So don't worry about it. Just forget about it. Okay. Now come down and go to line 30. Here you can see a setup function. So we talked about this setup function, and the code which we want to execute only once, which is used for initialization and configuration uh, tasks. So here we are initializing that serial communication by serial.begin command and setting the baud rate 9600. Okay, and second on the second line of this setup function, we are writing we are printing DST2 to test on the serial monitor. So this will print only once because this part of code will execute only once. Okay, and this line 34th dst.begin is used to initialize the sensor. Okay, so we have defined our sensor object as lowercase dst, right? And suppose if we have multiple sensors of same type, then on the and then we will create multiple objects like dst1, dst2, dst3, and we will need to um, initialize all those sensors by writing the same command dst1.begin, dst2.begin, and all. Okay, now we have this while loop. So the that part which we want to execute repeatedly, we will put in this while loop. Okay, so the first line is delay 2000. So this is creating a delay of 2 seconds. So what will happen? We are getting the value of the sensor every 2 seconds. Okay, and this float h equals to dst.read humidity on the 43rd line. So this is creating a float variable h. So float variable is a variable which can hold any decimal value. Okay, so like value with decimal part like uh, 42.3 or 98.5, something like that. We can store it. So to store humidity, we are creating a variable h, and this dst.read humidity is a function which is defined on the library. So that is why we use library, because by just writing this command dst.read humidity, we will get the value of the humidity from the sensor. Suppose if we are not using this library, then we will have to write a code which of many lines to get the value of the humidity. Okay, so that is why it increase the uh, readability of the code and also make it compact. And on the 45th line, we have float t equals to dst dot read temperature. So this variable is used to read the value of the temperature and store it on the variable t. And on the 47th line, we have float f equals to dst dot read temperature true. So if we want to read the temperature in Fahrenheit, then we need to pass true in the this read temperature function. Okay, so if we are passing true, then it will return the temperature in the Fahrenheit scale. So we will store it in this f variable. Okay, okay. So on line number 50, we have if isnan h vertical two vertical lines, isnan t two vertical lines, isnan f. So this isnan is a function which takes a variable and checks if it is a valid variable or not, valid number or not. So if it is not a valid number, then it will return one, else it will return zero. Okay, so what we are doing, we are sending all these parameters h, t, and f to this function to check if all these parameters are valid or not. So if any one of these parameters is not valid, then we will print failed to read from DST sensor. Okay, and then otherwise we will go to the next part. Okay, so here if isnan h two vertical lines denote the logic or, then we have isnan t two vertical lines and then isnan f. So if any one of these functions is one, or two, or all three function is one, then cl.println will print will execute, and then otherwise it will go to the next part. Okay, in the next line we have written. So if the data coming which is if the data which is coming is corrupted or not valid, then we will execute. Then the return will execute after printing, and it will come out of this loop function. Okay, and then it will stop. So it will not print anything or not do anything. So it is just for the safety purpose whether we are getting the correct data or not. Okay, so this that is the use of this if statement. Next we have this. So on the 57th line, we have float hi equals to dst dot compute heat index f comma h. So this heat index is a parameter which can be calculated using temperature in Fahrenheit and relative humidity. So this parameter gives uh, the temperature which will be felt to the human body, and it gives the comfort what we are experiencing. Okay, so uh, to compute this, we are sending f and h variables. So f is the temperature in Fahrenheit, and h is the relative humidity. Okay. Next, we have on the 59th line, we have serial dot print humidity colon. Okay, so this will print humidity colon on the serial monitor or terminal. And then we have on the 16th 60 line 60, we have serial dot print h. It will print the value of the humidity. On the 61st line, we have uh, it will print uh, percentage symbol, and then it will give a tab. This slash t is used to provide a tab on the serial. Okay, just it is just to make the data more readable. Okay. Next, we have serial dot print temperature. So it will print temperature keyword, and then it will print serial dot print t. So it will print the value of the temperature. Next, we have serial dot print star c. So it will print degree Celsius symbol, and then we have serial dot print f. So it will print the value of temperature in Fahrenheit. Next, we have serial dot print star f. So that is the symbol for Fahrenheit, and slash t will give a tab for the next uh, for make it more readable. Okay. Next, we have serial dot print heat index column. So it will print just exactly. So the values which are on the double quotes, the string which is between the double quotes will be printed on the terminal as it is. And when we pass the variables like h, t, f, and hi on the line 60, 63, 65, and 68, these statements will print the value of these variables. Okay, you will see when you will start the simulation. Next, on the 69th, it will print star f. That's all. Okay, so now we have explained the code. Now we will see how to simulate the uh, whole Arduino system, and then how to check the response. So click on this schematic capture tab, and on the lower left corner, you can see some buttons. If you click on that, it will start uh, running the simulation. So as you can see, some colors are assigned to pins, red, gray, or blue. And to check the terminal, click on this debug and go to this virtual terminal. For you, it may open automatically. That is also the possibility. Okay. So here you can see the humidity is printing and the temperature, and then heat index. Expand it. So it is taking 2 seconds before reading the sensor value and then printing on the serial monitor or virtual terminal in the case of this Proteus. Okay, so this is how to run a simulation. So as this is the simulation environment, we can not provide the real values of relative humidity or temperature. So there are some buttons provided on this environment on the sensor. Uh, on the leftmost we have the minus button. On the rightmost we have the plus to or increase button, and on the right side we have toggle button. So this toggle button is used to change the value between the relative humidity or temperature, and these plus minus button are used to vary the temperature or relative humidity. So the quantity which you want to change, click on that. So here we are changing the degree Celsius or temperature, and then we are increasing the value of the temperature. So as you can see on the terminal, the value of the temperature is increasing because we are pressing that increase button. And if I press that decrease button, the temperature should go down. As you can see, it is going down. So this is how we can vary the temperature. Now, if we toggle to the relative humidity and increase the humidity, then you can see the humidity is increasing from 80% to 80.2, 80.7. And if we decrease it, then it should also reflect on the terminal. Yeah, it is decreasing. So this is how we can simulate the values of sensor. Now, there is a reset button on the Arduino. To check if it is working or not, click on that, but press the button by clicking on that, and you can see it is starting the execution from the setup function, and then it is going on the loop. Okay, so here we can also see that the setup function will run only once. Here I have pressed button 2 times, that's why DHT22 test is coming 2 times. So it will run the setup function only once, and then it will continuously run the loop function. And there is LED on the board, so we can use it for various projects. Like suppose if we want to use this data, and we can set some thresholds, like if the temperature is exceeding this 29 or 30, or the relative humidity is increasing from 60 or 70, then we can blink this LED or yeah, or turn the LED on. And if it is below the threshold, then we will make the LED off. We will don't change the LED state of the LED. So various configurations can be done, and we can come up with any ideas using these simulation tools.